Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Chill English Podcast. I'm Lisa, and today, this one's exciting. We're talking about how to speak English fluently. Not perfectly, but fluently. That's what most of us are aiming for, right?
Absolutely. Hey everyone, Brian here. And Lisa, you're so right. Fluency is that magic feeling when the words just flow. You're not stopping every few seconds to translate in your head or panic about grammar.
Exactly. I remember when I first started learning English, I could read and write okay, but when it came to speaking, I totally froze. Like, mouth open, brain empty. Anyone else feel that?
Totally relatable. I once said, "I hungry you" in front of my whole class. Everyone laughed, including me. But hey, that's part of the process, right?
Yes, making mistakes is normal. It's how we grow. And today, we're going to share some real, practical tips to help you speak more naturally and confidently. Not textbook tips, real-life stuff that works.
Yep. And we're also going to talk about some common mistakes, the right mindset, and of course, our fun section, vocabulary time, at the end. So make sure you stay with us till the last minute.
And don't forget, we've got a free PDF guide in the description if you want to review today's tips and practice them later.
So grab your headphones, grab a cup of tea or coffee, and let's get into it.
Let's go. Time to speak English fluently and fearlessly. Before we jump into the tips, let's be honest, speaking English fluently is hard, right? I mean, we've all studied grammar, memorized vocabulary, and still, when it's time to speak, everything disappears.
Totally. It's like your brain just hits the pause button. You know the words, but somehow they vanish when you need them most. And that's super frustrating.
Yeah, and I think one of the biggest reasons is fear. Fear of making mistakes, fear of sounding silly, fear of being judged.
Exactly. A lot of learners think, what if I say it wrong? But you know what? The real question should be, what if I never try?
Oof, I love that. So true. And another problem is thinking in your native language while trying to speak English. That delay causes hesitation.
Yep, and that's why people speak slowly or get stuck. Imagine translating every word. It's like trying to dance while reading the steps off a paper. Doesn't work.
Haha, nice example. And let's not forget, many learners don't have enough speaking practice. You can't get fluent just by watching videos or reading books. You've got to use your mouth, right?
Exactly. Learning a language is like learning to swim. You can't just read about swimming. You've got to get in the water.
So if you're listening right now and thinking, why am I not fluent yet? Don't be too hard on yourself. There are real reasons behind it.
And the good news is, we're going to help you fix those today. Starting with something super important, your mindset.
Let's go. Mindset first, fluency next.
All right, before we dive into the actual tips, we've got to talk about something that most learners totally overlook, mindset.
Yes! I used to believe that if I just learned enough grammar and vocabulary, I'd suddenly become fluent. But guess what? I was wrong.
Same here. The truth is, you can know a lot of English and still feel stuck. If your mindset isn't helping you, it's holding you back.
So let's get this straight. Fluency doesn't start with the mouth, it starts with the mind.
Exactly. And here's the first shift. Stop chasing perfection. You don't need perfect grammar, or a perfect accent, or the perfect sentence. You just need to communicate.
Yes, think about little kids. They speak with broken grammar all the time, but they still communicate. Nobody laughs at them. We celebrate their progress.
And we should do the same as adult learners. Be kind to yourself. Every sentence you speak, even with mistakes, is one step closer to fluency.
Here's another mindset shift. Focus on progress, not performance. You don't have to impress anyone. Just improve a little bit every day.
Yeah, even a 1% improvement is still growth. And over time, that builds into something amazing.
Let's throw in a little mantra for our listeners. Ready?
Go for it.
Repeat after me. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to be brave.
Love that. One more time.
I don't need to be perfect. I just need to be brave.
That's the spirit. All right, now that your mindset is in the right place, let's jump into the real, practical tips to help you speak English fluently.
Let's do it. All right, now it's time for the part everyone's waiting for: real tips to help you speak English fluently.
No boring textbook advice here. Just real stuff that works in the real world.
Exactly. So here's my first tip. Think in English. Don't translate from your native language. Start simple. Describe what you're doing. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making coffee. Even just talking to yourself in English helps train your brain.
Yes, that one changed the game for me too. Okay, my turn. Tip number 2, shadow native speakers. Find a video or podcast, play a sentence, and then repeat it exactly the way they said it. Same rhythm, same tone. You're not just learning words, you're learning how it sounds.
Ooh, I love that. You become like an actor, copying the native voice. Powerful stuff. All right, tip number 3. Join speaking clubs or language exchange groups. Speaking alone is great, but speaking with others is where the magic happens. It's okay to be shy, just show up and try.
Totally agree. And here's tip number 4. Record yourself speaking. Yes, I know it feels awkward, but it works. You'll catch your mistakes, hear your accent, and track your progress over time.
That's true. You don't need expensive apps. Just use your phone and talk about your day, like, today I went to the market, I bought vegetables, I cooked dinner. Simple, but powerful.
All right, last one. Don't memorize, interact. Instead of memorizing full sentences or grammar rules, practice using them in real conversations. Ask questions, answer naturally, and let the words come out messy at first.
Yes, real fluency is messy in the beginning. You don't get fluent by being quiet. You get fluent by using the language, even with mistakes.
So quick recap. Think in English. Shadow native speakers. Join speaking clubs. Record yourself. And interact. Don't memorize.
Boom! 5 powerful tips you can start using today. And don't forget, we put all of these in the free PDF in the description.
Yep, print it out, stick it on your wall, whatever works for you. These tips can make a huge difference.
All right, now that we've covered what to do, let's talk about what not to do. The common mistakes learners make when speaking English.
Let's go. All right, so we've shared the good stuff, what you should do. Now let's be real for a second and talk about what you shouldn't do.
Oh yes, these are the classic mistakes that stop people from speaking fluently. And hey, we've made them too.
Absolutely. Mistake number 1, overthinking grammar before you speak. You know, trying to build a perfect sentence in your head before opening your mouth, and then it's too late.
Yes, the conversation's already moved on and you're still stuck on past perfect tense. Don't wait for perfection, just speak. People care more about your message than your grammar.
Mistake number 2, translating everything from your native language. It's like running your words through Google Translate in your head before speaking. Super slow and super unnatural.
Exactly. And sometimes the translation doesn't even work. Like, I once said, I am boring when I meant, I'm bored. Big difference.
Yeah, I once told someone, I have hungry, and they just stared at me. So yeah, try to think in English, even if it feels strange at first.
Another mistake, focusing too much on big, fancy words. Some learners think they need to sound like a professor to be fluent. Nope. Just use simple, clear words. That's real fluency.
Yes, don't aim to impress, aim to express. That's what fluent speakers do.
Here's one more, being silent because you're scared of making mistakes. Look, silence won't help you grow, mistakes will. So speak up, mess up, and learn from it.
Totally agree. If you wait until you're ready, you'll wait forever. You've got to jump in while you're still learning.
So, to sum it up, Don't overthink grammar. Don't translate everything. Don't focus on big words. Don't stay silent. And don't be afraid to sound silly.
Because honestly, you will sound silly sometimes, and that's okay.
Exactly. Fluency is built through mistakes, not by avoiding them.
All right, coming up next, one of our favorite parts of the show.
It's vocabulary time. Stick around, we've got some useful words and phrases you can use in your next conversation. Okay, Brian, it's time for one of my favorite parts of the show.
You already know, it's vocabulary time. Let's break down some cool words and phrases we use today so our listeners can actually use them too.
Yeah, and if you're listening and you've been writing these down, big thumbs up to you. But no worries, they're also in the free PDF in the description.
All right, first word, fluently. Super important, since it's literally in today's title. If you speak fluently, it means you speak smoothly and naturally, without too many pauses or
Right. It doesn't mean perfect, it means comfortable. Like, after 1 year of daily speaking practice, I finally started speaking English fluently.
Nice. Okay, next up, shadow. Not the one behind you when the sun's out. In language learning, to shadow someone means you repeat after them, trying to copy their pronunciation, speed, and tone like a language echo.
Exactly. I used to shadow short YouTube videos and mimic the speakers. Super helpful. Example? I shadowed my favorite English podcast every morning to improve my accent.
All right, next one, language exchange. This is where two people swap languages. Like I help you with English, and you help me with Vietnamese, for example.
Yeah, sounds like a good deal. Here's how you'd use it. I joined a language exchange group and now I have a new friend in Spain.
Okay, now let's talk about overthink. That's when your brain goes into overdrive. You think too much, and then you freeze.
Yep. Like, I overthink every word when I speak, and it makes me super nervous. Try to relax. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Here's one that connects with that, translate in your head. That's when you're speaking English, but your brain is still using your native language and trying to convert everything word for word.
And that's what slows you down big time. Instead, try to think in English even if it's simple. I used to translate in my head, but now I try to think directly in English.
All right, last one, speak up. It means to talk more confidently, even if you're nervous.
Yeah, it's not just volume, it's about being brave and using your voice. I used to be quiet in class, but now I speak up more and practice my English every day.
There you go, 6 useful phrases you can start using today.
Don't forget, we included these in our free PDF along with more examples, so check that out in the description.
Coming up next, our final thoughts and a little dose of motivation to keep you going.
Let's wrap it up strong.
And that's a wrap on how to speak English fluently, from mindset shifts to real tips, common mistakes, and useful vocabulary.
Absolutely. Remember, fluency isn't about perfection. It's about practice, courage, and consistency. Every word you say is progress.
So here's your final challenge. Use one tip from today's episode in the next 24 hours. Maybe shadow your favorite YouTuber or join a quick language exchange chat. Then tell us how it went.
Yes. And if you haven't yet, download our free PDF in the description. It's got all today's tips, vocab, and a handy checklist to keep you on track.
If you found this episode helpful, please like, subscribe, and share with a friend who's on their English learning journey. It really helps us reach more learners like you.
And don't forget to leave a review or send us your questions and success stories. We love hearing from our listeners.
All right, everyone, stay brave, keep speaking, and we'll see you next time on the Chill English Podcast.
Bye for now, and happy practicing!